Hey, Ricky here. Welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Last episode, we finished 5, and 6, I believe, for the Great Escapades. And right now, as you see right here, I did 7 and 8 right now, currently. But I decided to wait and put that on a hold and post that after the Great Ace Attorney, after the game ends, because it doesn't really carry too much spoilers, but it does. The events that happens in these escapades happen near the end of the game, so or after the end of the game. So kind of cool to share once we finish everything that there is to do in episode 5. But today we're starting off episode 5 and hopefully start off the last episode, the last case. So can't wait for this to be for this series to end, because even though I do like it, I'm glad that's about to end because it's been so long. I should have finished this by like last month, honestly. But anyways, let's go ahead and start it.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Ooh. Funny enough, it's not about the case. It's not about this case at all. Like, the dog does not come up at all in this in this case. So it is a good setup for it, though. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience, we were first thrown into the day we arrived in the country, and in Sosuke-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, would we had emerged victorious. However, there then came up an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So, life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. 15th of April, 1913 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Well, someone's knocking at the door. I wonder who it is. That morning, I was woken by an unreserved knocking on the door by a telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san. Yes! Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. Plus, I think that the last trial, the last court that he attended was basically Natsume. So, but I think Iris said that she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. Are you okay, Susato? Is everything alright? Before I talk to her, we haven't really explored too much of our room, honestly. Because this is everything's new now, and they put up a lot of stuff. I mean, we technically did see how the room looked like in the escapades, but we didn't really had much of a chance to absorb anything. So, this fish tank that was not here before, we were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones too. I wonder where he got those though. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea behind glass inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? Not at all. It is annoying. I would say it is annoying. Do you know? I've never seen inside your room there, Susato-san. Why would you though? It should be off limits for you. I've never even peeked inside. I should think so too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Whatever you say, young maiden. Yep, but you should no one should ever go to a woman's room without uninvitedly. Well, they should never go into a room uninvited. Ah, the room doll I bought with me from home, still with only one eye colored in. I said I'd color the other eye once I won a first court case here in Britain, but you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Well, the first one didn't count, in my opinion, because I feel as though I'm lacking as a lawyer. I'll tell you what. Why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. That's actually really cute right there. Aww. Like, only she gets to decide if she's really been, like, a full-fledged lawyer. Well, that would take a long time, though. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on simple housework. Ooh, she wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Well, she is the judicial assistant, and she has studied law before you, so... What I have to say, and I like how his desk office is so messy. Meanwhile, Susato-san is so neat and clean. Well, technically messy because she has the freaking envelope misplaced, but otherwise, it's so detailed and everything. Oh, this must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! No! You mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. So true. That's so true. Sorry if I'm a bit of low monotone right now. It's because I'm trying to be quiet. I mean, it's not late for me right now, but I try to be at least not too much expressive. Plus, I want to try something and see if I could just basically stop being overreacting, but still be myself regardless. But yeah, it's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love to smell the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is a paradise for a true tea lover. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? I hope so. And this one. This is the funniest dialogue. For those who are veterans to the Ace Attorney, especially with Phoenix Wright, there's always this type of argument in the games, and it's really, it's so funny at times to hear. That spade has been there in here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging, and that's where scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. It's always funny whenever you get the chance and you see this thing. Sorry for moving my mic. If you see this thing pop up again, always press it. It's so funny every time when they have a little argument about this. I always like try to read some of them. But so this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoying, Arahira-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know? I don't like to see you screw up your face, though. Aww. I like to see that she actually does care about Ryunosuke quite a bit. She really has came a long way from how she acts towards Ryunosuke, because previously, before they met, they just kept it professional, and she's like slight glances, and that's about it. But then when the second case for the second episode, she was so mean towards Ryunosuke, and now it builds up. And for those who want to know, I am planning to play the second game, but not soon though. Like, it will be way later in the future, but I am planning to play on the second game for the Great Ace Attorney. And you'll see how much of their relationship has evolved throughout these cases. Right now, you think this is like they reach max? Not even close. The way that they act with each other becomes more developed in the second game. So I really I can't wait to see that again, honestly. But anyways, the telegram. Susato-san, can you tell us about it? So what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. It's on the desk right here. We just saw it. It's on the envelope. It's right here. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now that she's tried to failed to convince me it was nothing. Well, clearly it's bothering her. We can just say, Susato, you can just tell me. Is everything alright? I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. It must be something important then. I suppose Susuke's son will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after the terrible ordeal. I'm out of here! I hate this country! I'm leaving! He's like left. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember complaining about sickness? But by and large, it seems that the voyage was going well. I'm getting sick. I feel like hurling all the time. Imagine that. Is something wrong, Arahira-san? I was just wondering what might have become of Susuke-san if he stayed at London. That's all. You mean, as regards Lord Von Zieks, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if sickness would have paled into significance in that case. Anyway, it's the Reaper. Wow, we brought that up already. What is it that they say? That no one who stands in a dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Question mark. It happened, like the way that the nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. It ended horribly too. Even 2 months on, the case of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Susuke-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps. Which is weird, because if you really think about it, Is it really a curse if it only happens here? Could it mean that it only happens here because someone must be orchestrating it behind the scenes of these mysterious deaths or stuff like that? Even if that's the case, it's a little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it wouldn't mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely, not wielding a sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zieks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Could that mean he just hates us? He's like, I'm gonna make this Nipponese student's life hard. I will make sure he suffers for every time he goes up against me. Oh. How special how do you feel, Ryunosuke? Yeah, since Sosuke-san's trial, he's withdrawn from the judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So, it's just been me who had to face him in his recent spate of the trials, then. Just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Dude, you didn't get us scared. Holy shit. Anyways, I think we should move downstairs now because after all, we have finished everything and observed everything here. Or we could present some stuff. Actually, the armband. It means a great deal to me, you know. That you cherish his armband so, and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, that's very important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength through Kazuma. I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. But just the other day, I noticed you were wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. She's like, it means so much to me to have it all the time. We have it all the time, so that's the thing. But yeah, I don't think we can do anything right here at the moment since we kind of did absorb everything. Alright. I can't wait for going downstairs. I can wait because I don't really want to absorb anything. Anyways, my lodgings and office located in the attic above the suite of rooms rented by Mr. Sholmes. I call it a consultancy, but clients aren't exactly beating down the door. I cannot see why, because you are new, and I don't think anyone would trust a foreigner sad to say, they would not trust a foreigner to represent the case. And plus your past experiences, it's a bit crazy at times. So I don't know if people were like, I want a normal case. I want a normal lawyer to represent me. So with the furniture we've moved in recently, this place is starting to feel like a real office. And the next, when you're ready, let's go downstairs for breakfast. The home of the office of the world-famous great detective and his young companion Iris. It seems people from all the globe come to engage his consulting detective services. Only you would know because you would hear them like talking downstairs. So I'm sorry about for the last case I haven't really been reading these too much. I keep forgetting on time, so sorry about that. And now we're down here, 15th April, Sholmes Suite. Morning, Reno. Morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. What the fuck is that noise? Iris? What is it, Reno? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you? I mean, it would be hard to notice. Wait a minute. Have I seen those bullet... Actually, yeah, I have seen those bullet holes up there. Never mind. Hurley is in the best form this morning, it seems. Wow, he is depressed. Hello? Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Good morning. A good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn that blanched existence! That's all it is. That is all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and in-bed coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. And what the fucking meow, apparently. Oh, it's Natsumi's cat. Oh, look, it's Waghai. Waghai? I don't know. Good morning, boy. Aww. What kind of cat is this, by the way? I know they said it's a type of Japanese style type of cat, which is weird that people see these kinds of cats in foreign lands. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful! Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. Yeah, I knew something looked different. Not only the Susato is acting different, so is him. Weird, why is everyone... Well, something's missing from Mr. Shome's desk. Are you doing okay, Mr. Shomes? I'm gonna examine beforehand and just go look at it. Where is it? Where is something here? Look at Mr. Shome's desk. It's completely clear. Isn't an enormous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruto. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. Imagine he's like, I'm leaving now. He's like, takes everything. There's a lot of sorts of this on these shelves: chemistry, apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole thing is going to topple at any moment. Oh, such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? It just looks messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruto, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism here, then, huh? Yep, after all, she is a huge fan. And everything seems... And the bullets. Ah yes, the letters V and R inscribed on the wall in bullet holes. Isn't it initials of the queen or something? It's so delightful to see it in the flesh, having read it about it in the stories. It was so inspiring. I fired 100 arrows into my own wall at home to make the character for SU, for Susato, you know. Super. But perhaps there are some things that the great detectives does that you don't need a copy. Precisely, you don't want to do that shit, honestly. I feel bad for your dad. He's like, I say, please don't shoot the wall again. Please, please don't shoot the wall again. Whatever. I forgot his voice. I forgot how he do his voice. It looks like the huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy, with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruto, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous. How did you come to think to that conclusion? She was like, but I do hope you open it. I do want to know what's inside, so Ryunosuke, please, open the door. Open the door. Open the case, please, please. The fire is burning comfortingly in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at the photographic print of the lady displayed in the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting! Is that supposed to mean something to me? If you read the book, wow, what a fake fan you are. I'm just kidding. I know. I haven't even seen or read a single Sherlock Holmes book, but I have seen the show instead, which is the Benedict Cumberbatch instead. These are all mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be on display here. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, and a bust of Napoleon. That's where that bust of Napoleon is where he keeps his money, though. That's the thing. We've learned that. We learned that from the escapades. Ah, what an entrancing collection. It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me. Rather like what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruto. No favoritism there at all. Again, why is it always me? Hey, Iris, we'll talk to you in a bit. Your story, how's it going? Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up to the typewriter, look, as if she's about to start. It reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsumi was most impressed. We already saw the title. We already read the book, too. Actually, got the book, which is cool. Ah, yes, Mr. Natsumi. That's what I'll be doing, too, once I'm back in Japan. He said, though, tightly clenched fists and teeth. He got jealous, I guess, from the little girl. Like, oh my god, he's beating me! She's beating me! What the fuck? Alright. Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain. The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea. Alright, and what is this here? That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles too. But the contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems. Science is the future, Mr. Naruto. You can't deny it. Well, he's not denying it. I'm saving my money so that I can buy some grand mystery apparatuses as well. Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What a diverse skills you boast, Mr. Sato. As usual, they are. I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of conclusion in that list. I think it is, because you can defend yourself. And can defend not only yourself, but also Ryunosuke. After all, he is a coward. And I don't think he can fight. This is where Iris notes down ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? Ah, the Bubscombe Valley mystery. Oh, how intriguing! It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us. Susato-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. Aw. Wait, you think she's an angel? That's so... Aw, he has a crush on her. You can see it, just know. So, White Guy. Mr. Natsumi's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy. He never appears ever again. It would appear his previous owners completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their muse is empty as the haunts of the muses. Aww. If Mr. Natsumi had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for a good reason, terrible things could happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Yeah, we learned that the hard way. Well, someone learned that the hard way. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. Aww. Yes, he really is. Oh, yes. What happened to the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Bruno. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention. What? What is that? I call it the cat flappomat. The flap what? Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. And I can make a flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any doors at all. At all, no matter what it's made of. It's a very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make a cat flap rather than making the machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. You can just obstruction of property, I guess, because you can just like another door, another door, another door. Now cats can come in these houses. Imagine. Oh God. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. She can read your mind, by the way. Alright, so that's cool. She made her an invention of that, so that's alright. Now, Herlock Sholmes, why are you so depressed right now? Wanting to die. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like a dawn chorus. It's melodies and I can't even say the word. I'm so upset. Come on, Ricky, tell it. Say the word. Sonant tones would make flowers bloom. It would? But now, the muses are unmused with me. The goddess of music hath thrown me over. I don't know, if you relied on muses, then in the beginning, you were never that good to begin with. I'm just saying. Oh, sorry. If you feel that. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? I moved my mic. I'm just saying. I'm sorry if it, hurt someone's ears. For hours, I have bowed for days, even though the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. The brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever! No more recitals! An unbridled emotion! Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, no heart, Miss Anohara. The goddess of the arts are fickle. One day, they bestow genius on a man, and the next day, unmercifully withdraw it. Oh dear. Ugh! Why is it happening to me? If they take it the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left? Your dance of deductions? Your great mind of detectiveness? Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Exactly, what the hell? The missing machine. Anyways, why is your machine missing? Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... Your desk looks rather empty today. Oh, well done, Mr. Sato-san. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale to insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windy Banks now. Sorry? Is that a Windy Bank? No, Windy Banks, the pawnbrokery. What is this pawnbrokery? What? You mean you pawned an enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite underdeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbrokering works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? Alright, tell us more about this then, Mr. Sholmes. And stop being depressed, come on. Come on. Stop being depressed. That's, by the way, for those who want to know, if you ever have a friend that is experiencing depression, just tell them, stop. Don't be sad. Because sad backwards is das, and that's not good. From a friend, that's what I learned from a friend, by the way. From a Sleepy Moon, to be exact. But anyways, just tell them to stop being depressed. Just, it's so easy. It's so easy. I'm kidding, by the way. That does not work. I'm just saying that. Anyways, I'm making jokes. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbrokering works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks. On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trapping to the pawnbroker of choice. For the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. Is that like what, the rich people? And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it to the winning banks, you see. A pawnbroker can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. I could have thought that even the pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain. Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Holy shit, what happened to the cat? Oh, what was that? Whack-Eye. What the hell happened there? What was that? Oh no! Whack-Eye's tangled up in your violin! I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What is he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I know. Mr. Sholmes really is a poor spirit, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley? Out of the catch's reach, if possible. Maybe we should access the damage. Assist the damage. Access the damage. What the fuck? Assist the damage. Alright then. Let's talk again. Actually, we don't need to talk. I think we need to talk to Iris, I guess, right? Never mind. I think we need to look at the case. We actually need to look at it. Oh, there it is. It wasn't even there to begin with. Ooh, one string down. Ooh, I don't know how much it will take to fix that, or how much it would cost to like to fix it. But who knows? So this violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I've recently learned this in here. I heard about the brand Stradivarius, or whatever it's called. However I pronounce it, you pronounce it, I mean. I learned this in this game, and found out that it's actually a real thing. And I'm like, and I saw those violins, and I'm like, holy shit, they are expensive. I happened upon it in a dust, languishing in a pawn shop, down the nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, he has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none! What is this, Asato? You know something? Mr. Sholmes. What, dear madam? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Hmm? What do you mean, Mrs. Sato? Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not at all. Not all. I'm sure there was some no cracks here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? Let me see. Writing. I'm looking. Oh shit. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, but Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. What? What? How? And I thought it was your partner. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right! You're quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what? Hooray! Is this piece of strangled flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then. At least he's not faithful to it. I see what it must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Alright, Iris, what really happened to the violin? Could it be that he picked up the wrong one when he was at the pawnbrokery? And excuse me for a minute, I'm gonna mute my mic because I have to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. And thank you for those in the comment section who says bless you to me. What do you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windy Baseland until last week. At the pawnbrokers. I'm Mr. Sean's beloved musical partner. There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh, what a wonderful idea! Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear that Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with this tardy fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but you're every sense of deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw! A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruto, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you with every time. Ew, gross. But earlier you told us you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. So, what we're gonna do, Mr. Sholmes? Come, Mr. Naruto. Dilly-dally will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast, with the vacant aspect pressing your coffee, so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Windy Bank Brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Mrs. Sato. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon or eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with increasingly vacant aspect, to press your eggs ever more obtusely. Alright, say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Runo. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what British pawnbrokers looks like. And indeed, I am also interested to go see this pawnbrokery. Apparently, we need to go to Baker Street first and then to here. But, yeah, oh well. To Baker Street!